Hello. Revelio. Accio. Accio. Expelliarmus. Launch an attack. Accio. Incendio. Confringo. Thought you had me there. Incendio. Expulso. Potato. Confringo. Wait till Sebastian hears about this. An Ashwinder. Revelio. That wasn't so difficult.
Okay, so this is... Well, let's go.
I know what that means. Merlin trial.
What?
Revelio. Revelio. Oh. Oh. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
What the hell is that?
Accio. Revelio. Confringo.
Revelio. Assignment's all finished. Revelio. Accio. Flipendo. Revelio.
There's boom. Meditate.
Revelio. Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. Potato. Stupefy. Glacis. Flipendo. Revelio.
Glacius. Confringo. Defender. Crucible. Glacius. Confringo. Defender.
Revelio.
तो बड़ा वाला कहाँ गया है?
Revelio. Hello. Do you have anything for sale?
Hello. It's not often I see Hogwarts students here during the school year. I'm Priya Treadwell at your service, and I sell a variety.
Are you related to Nora Treadwell?
Why, yes, she's my wife.
Wow.
Brilliant historian. Did you know that she's pursuing Merlin's life's work?
I actually met her and she introduced me to her work.
Oh, that's wonderful. Then you must be. I hope that you'll think of me whenever you find yourself in need of traveling supplies.
What do you have for sale?
Let's have a look, shall we?
Thank you.
So nice of you to stop by.
आई थिंक क्लासेस ऐसे हैं कि मजा ही आया ना पहाड़ सीखते हुए काटते हुए
There's so much we don't know about beasts. So much.
हाँ
Excellent work today. Class dismissed. I take it you're ready to learn your new spell.
I completed your assignment, Professor. I'm ready to learn Bombarda now.
Good. Now, this spell comes with a caveat. It should only be used when necessary. The exploding charm, as you might suspect, can hurt people. Use caution when casting it.
I will, Professor.
I will hold you to that promise. Now, you must be precise in your wand movements. We don't want you blowing your hand off. Go ahead. Nice and steady wand movements. Remember, the exploding charm is highly volatile. Well done. Now, let us put it into practice, shall we? Go ahead and try it on the pumpkins. Bombarda. Cast the spell just like that every time. Assured and in control. Excellent. You have it well in hand. Textbook execution. Bravo.
Professor, might I have a moment?
Yes. What is it?
I was wondering what inspired your interest in magical beasts.
Are you considering some sort of profession in the field?
I haven't decided quite yet, but I do find magical beasts fascinating.
You do seem to engage well with the beasts in class. I believe that when choosing a path, particularly of a scholarly nature, one must take into account both one's enthusiasm for a particular subject, as well as how one may best serve the students to whom one is obligated to both inspire and teach.
Of course, Professor. When did your path become clear?
I recall it quite vividly. It was the summer between my 6th and 7th years. I read in the Prophet about a wizard who'd been selling alchemy eggs and disappeared in the mountains near my... I knew of the alchemy, of course, from my studies, but they are native to lands east of here, such as India. I wondered if it was possible that an alchemy could be...
What type of beast is an alchemy?
It is a spectacular beast. A feathered winged serpent like... Its eggs are made of pure silver, hence the design.
Seems quite a challenge finding an alchemy in the mountains.
It was. After a few days, during which my parents grew increasingly annoyed, he was near a tree hollow. And there, inside...
What did you do with them?
Nothing. Beasts are to be valued for what they can provide for wizard kind. Only poachers see the value in ending a beast's life for galleons. I hid, and moments later, the beast flew right over my head. Breathtaking. She then...
That sounds incredible.
Indeed. I knew in that moment that now I trust that I have answered your question. Beasts and all that they provide will vastly improve your life. And perhaps...
I shall remember that, Professor. Thank you.
That's it. Sure.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder. Revelio.
Creature get put down like that. But trolls have no business in Hogsmeade.
This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never...
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its...
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creature?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can...
Must we? It seems a lot of trouble to go to for a creature we've already rescued.
We should see this through. Let me find out where she is. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you. I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
If it's all right with you, I'd rather not say. At least not at the moment.
Understood. We all have our secrets. I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
Albert Lawley's none too pleased. Seems he's been burgled. I shall pretend I never heard the rumours of your involvement.
Well, library, I think it's done.
frustrating. You wanted to speak with me, Mother?
I had hoped to speak with you alone, Natsai.
Your message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted. That could have been anything.
You know what it was, Natsai.
I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, Mother.
Careful. Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an owl telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you, and she is right. I do not want you visiting Hogsmeade.
But Mother!
My little gazelle, you are well-intentioned, but you must not
If someone had meddled in Matabilla land, Father would still be with...
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can get you to listen.
So frustrating.
Yeah, you should listen
She
to it.
never listens to me.
She called you her little gazelle.
It is specific to me. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. However, I am an animagus, and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now, much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
Were you born an animagus, or did you learn to become one?
Animagi are not born. The process is quite elaborate. It involves holding a mandrake leaf in one's mouth for an entire month, then placing the leaf in a crystal phial so that it is imbued with moonlight, then adding one of your own hairs. And that is just the beginning. Self-transfiguration is common among students at Wagadu, but Professor Weasley considers it.
Can you choose what form your animagus will take?
Oh no, a person's animagus form is... My mother is convinced that my form is a gazelle because I believe it is because I can sense danger.
How does it feel to transform into an animal?
Well, the first time it can be a bit unnerving. I felt a kind of searing pain and a strong... But it gets easier the more you do it. I no longer feel any pain, and I love being able to view the world from a different...
Now the nickname makes sense.
It is. I love transform... She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about... She claims that she has but she has used her sight to control me.
She's concerned for your safety. It may be best for you to stay away from Hogsmeade for now.
That may be safe, but I do not believe that it would be best. Do you? You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Randrock were after you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not hide from them. My mother cannot know where I am all the time.
Yeah,
Thank you for being here during that rather awkward conversation.
it's good. That's it. Stupid. I should do it. That's it. What the you?
Professor, could you tell me how you and
I can. That is an easy question.
You knew Professor Weasley when you...
I knew of Professor Weasley. As you may or may not be aware, Professor Weasley's work once took her around without providing detail that is not mine to share. I can say that, well, sharing magical knowledge between...
Professor Weasley seems quite knowledgeable, so I'm not surprised to hear she'd do that.
Indeed. Although I suspect there is much about each of your professors that would... Such exchanges of information, ministry sanctioned or... It was an African sorcerer, in fact, who shared the unlocking charm with a certain wizard from London. A thief.
I see.
But, back to your original question. Professor Weasley had heard of my work and life in Matterville. She was deputy headmistress at Hogwarts by then, and when the position of divination professor became available, she contacted me. Her timing was perfect. I had just foreseen a change in Nat's size and my circumstances and knew that we needed to leave Uganda. Natsai was as ready as I was for him.
That is spoken of your move.
That sounds like Natsai. I'm glad she's... Now, I must return to my work. As I've told Nat, flying on winged beasts. Perhaps unsurprisingly, she will neither confirm nor deny my...
So let's put this person is selected. Who's that? That's what I'm saying.
So this is the underground harbour. Revelio!
Select the Even I'm surprised that
Where did the professor...
That book Professor Weasley asked me to...
Looking for the book Intermediate Transfiguration.
Professor Weasley asked me to, get something from that book. May I have it?
Did she now? I'll give you this book if you humour me by answering a few questions from my quiz.
Quiz?
Some people call bits of knowledge trivia. I would argue that no knowledge is trivial. Hence, I have created a small quiz, just for fun, focusing mainly on the lore of the wizarding world. None of the other students will try it, no matter how many times I ask. They all say they have enough with schoolwork. Ugh, they don't value knowledge the way I...
If that's the only way I can convince you to give me that book, then let's get it over with.
Splendid! Just a few questions and then I'll hand over this book. Let us begin. Before the invention of the golden snitch, which magical creature was used in a game of Quidditch?
The Golden Snidget.
Correct!
Oh.
The Snidget was first introduced to Quidditch in which potion is commonly referred to as liquid luck?
Felix Felicis.
Well done! Since it makes the drinker temporarily lucky, Felix Felicis is a banned substance in all organised competitions. The tale of the three brothers in...
The Deathly Hallows.
Correct! According to Beedle the Bard, the Deathly Hallows consists of the Elder Wand, the Resurrection... Which ball in Quidditch is the largest?
The Bludger.
I'm sorry, but the correct answer was the quaffle. When a chaser throws the quaffle through one... True or false? Polyjuice potion allows the drinker to change species.
False.
Correct. While Polyjuice potion can be used to change things such as a... Well, I suppose this has gone on long enough. I'll put the book back on the pedestal now. If you're inclined to test your knowledge again, I won't be giving you any more easy questions.
I'm sorry. I don't have time for a quiz at the moment.
Let me know if you change your mind. I put the book back on the pedestal for you.
Revelio ought to make quick work of this. Professor Weasley's tasks are complete. I should attend Transfiguration.
Reading confusement.
Congratulations! Lupin told me the good news.
It's a relief to finally have an answer as to why that.
The Daedalian keys are back. Aren't they brilliant?
I heard Professor Weasley transfigured the book with all her test answers into an owl to stop students from cheating.
Hello, Gareth. What exactly did you want me to do again?
Find the secret passage that goes from Hogwarts to Hogsmeade. Should be behind a one-eyed witch. Then follow it to Honeyduke's cellar.
I hate to see a creature get put down like that. But trolls have no... Beautiful.
Goodness. Settle down. Settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing me say, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do. It will... Beautifully done. Class is dismissed. And remember, now is not the time to ease off your studying. OWLs will be here before you know it.
You wanted to discuss my progress so far this term, Professor?
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting up to speed. And frankly, excelling in your schoolwork this year.
Thank you, Professor. The extra assignments have been helpful.
As I suspected they would be. Now it seems you've been making good use of the opportunities presented by your field guide. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure of success. I've heard that you can brew an impressive Edurus potion. Hopefully you won't need it anytime soon, but it is a valuable potion to have when it is needed.
Thank you, Professor.
I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished in light of the rumours of your extracurricular activities. Were your meetings with Professor Black's house elf and exploration of various caves down by the lake connected in any way to Professor Fig?
Professor Fig has encouraged me to explore when I can in an effort to complete my field guide.
I see. I admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to educate you thoroughly. It'll be the end of the year in no time, and you'll want to be well prepared for your OWLs. I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure that you're ready for your exams. Until then, well done. You are dismissed. If you wish to practice the spell you just learned, the training dummy is available.
Oh.
Glad to see you are paying close attention to my demonstration of the transformation.
Bombarda!
Since our visit to Feldcroft, something dawned on me about the triptych. Meet me at the Overlook, just north of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll explain.
My plan with the helmet failed, but I have another idea. I think we may be able to find what we need at a goblin mine south of Hogwarts. Meet me there, and bring someone who speaks gobbledygook.
I remember our meet mentioning something about gobbledygook.
Oh. So that's the
Anna's getting worse. If there is any chance that the relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her, I must find it.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so distracted by the scriptorium and Slytherin's book that I'd almost forgotten what it was that had struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
We need to see what they're doing. I say we take them head on. Let's bury some enemies.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
I have some promising news about the location of our Hebridean dragon. And where to return her, you know what. Meet me in the town circle.
There they are up ahead.
I'll let you lead.
The wizards will be defeated.
We must remain unseen. No one enters this mine.
Revelio.
Kill anyone who tries.
Ranrock's loyalists are out for blood.
Yes, Totalis. Come on there. Revelio.
We're close to a breakthrough. I can feel it.
Who's there?
Revelio.
This is going well.
We make a good team.
We do at that.
Revelio. Once again, we could fight our way through or be discreet.
You know which one I'd choose.
Bombard. Bombard.
What was that?
Revelio.
Our president dying, are we?
was over.
Fun is a relative term.
It is. And that was relatively fun.
Revelio.
Thanks. With the estimated growth for 5% ಮಾಡಿ
Better or for worse, we're in. This mine looks like a tomb.
It was closed after accidents were reported. Now I see why.
Revelio. Bombarda. Expelliarmus. I don't see any goblins in these webs.
Too disgusting for even a spider to prey on.
Revelio. Expelliarmus! Let's get this out of the way.
Loyalists are in here.
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want. Revelio.
That ledge is awfully hard.
Bombarda.
Any ideas?
Incendio. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs, or the soulless eyes, or the venomous fangs, or any number of endearing qualities, really.
Smashing.
Should have thought to conjure stairs.
Revelio. Revelio.
That bridge has seen better days.
Incendio.
Perhaps we can mend the bridge to get across.
Repairing. Revelio. Confringo.
We're making quick work of them.
Professor Hecat would be proud.
She would at that. Ranrock's loyalists have all but declared war.
Lumos. Incendio. Lumos.
Lumos. Lumos.
Bombarder. Revelio. Incendio.
We've still not seen a single rune symbol.
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from runes for a moment.
An unwelcome distraction at that.
We have another fight on our hands.
Why am I not surprised?
Out in the face of fight.
Bombarder.
I won't rest.
Expelliarmus. Stupefy. Stupefy.
Rather unwise coming back this way. Let's get it.
Expelliarmus. We're not finished yet.
Someone's taking place.
Stupefy. Bombarder. Defender. Glacier. Confringo.
We certainly cleared the room.
I don't know why Gryffindors get credit for bravery. We Slytherins are teeming with it.
And we're much more fun to fight with.
Confringo!
Have a look around in peace.
Revelio. Confringo!
Above the cavern door.
Ranrock's loyalists never knew to look for it. Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Confringo!
I wouldn't be surprised to find a couple more rooms.
Bombarda!
Wasn't expecting that. What do you have?
A journal entry by Isadora.
Hopefully it will help us
Sebastian,
unravel more of
I
this
think I found
mystery.
something. A canvas piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, something about this place feels odd.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morganach was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols and ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the Keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
His are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here and to Hogwarts.
Unless we can find another passageway to the Undercroft. Let's have a look around.
And now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit. Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble. I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Moranweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
A friendly goblin. He wants no part in Ranrock's fight.
A friendly goblin? You know goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
I do, but not all goblins
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
You don't know what you're saying. Take a breath for a moment.
Oh, I know precisely what I'm saying. Unbelievable.
Revelio.
Okay. Smaller. Oh yeah.
Wouldn't mind a plum job at Gringotts. Suit me, sitting around all day. Mind you.
What do you have in store for me this time?
You're here. Good.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned.
Don't think I've forgotten about your goblin friend. I haven't. But I needed to tell you what I've learned. I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it.
I'd be interested to know what else the student discovered.
Have a look. Unfortunately, there's no name on it, but I suspect if it was important enough for Slytherin to stash in his spellbook, it's worthy of further study.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can...
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't. I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do. I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb. I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
Revelio. At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Perhaps that was it. And the rest of the tomb will be insect-free.
Yeah, spiders aren't insects.
Don't start.
Opening all of these is
This room is taller than it looks. We're here for a reason. I'd say opening them all is justified.
Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Confringo. Accio. Revelio.
कहाँ को आए थे कहाँ जा रहे हैं
Watch your step. I nearly slipped there. All this grass, it no longer feels like a tomb. I've read about catacombs that underwent expansion efforts and ran into problems, often cave-ins.
And then were abandoned.
Exactly. We'll be fine, though.
Revelio.
Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some.
Revelio.
Fine bones. Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd. There's something here by the altar.
What did you find?
Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced the space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades, I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperius Curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Do you think the pages were left here on purpose?
Slytherin mentioned a student who excelled in charms and always carried a satchel stuffed full of notes. They might have been left on purpose, or the student may have simply dropped them.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant. There's more to this than even I imagined. Look, bones stacked oddly on either side of this archway.
Leave no stone unturned. Or in this case, no bone. Confringo! Revelio! We're in a tomb. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory. Confringo! Revelio! Bombarda! Confringo! Revelio! Accio! Confringo! We've made it this far, but clearly we have more to do.
Oh.
Revelio! Confringo! Accio! Revelio! I need to find a safe way across. Lumos. Accio. Revelio. Depulso. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Accio. Levioso. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Perhaps moving piles of bones towards the center. Rickety bone bridge complete. Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
You've done it. I knew we'd get through. I felt it in my bones.
Nice. Revelio.
Before we trudge on further, I've just realized something. The student's diary mentions the Imperious Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
Where did you learn the Imperious Curse?
I taught myself. Don't tell Ominous that I've told you. It's not exactly something I can brag about, but it may come in handy. I think you ought to know it.
It's probably wise to know the spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries. Focus your wand movement. It's not an easy spell to master. Here we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on your guard.
Here we go. Bombarded. Defend Incendio. Revelio. Incendio. Accio.
Another barricade.
Revelio.
How well you did on the last one, this should be a cinch.
How gracious of you.
I try.
Accio. Revelio. Accio. Guardian Leviosa. Accio. Revelio. Accio.
That worked. Keep going.
Revelio.
मैं चाहिए ट्रायंगल और
Accio. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Guardian Leviosa. Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
ओह अलग है
This looks different than what we faced before. Now we're also dealing with rune symbols.
Accio. Guardian Leviosa.
You are head and shoulders above these bones. Nicely done. I see why Slytherin's student was so entranced with this place.
Revelio. Bombarda. That'd never end. Revelio.
Dead end. Lovely. All that for nothing.
Hold on. Don't give up yet. Sebastian! The relic! Look! Could it be? The note and rendition of the relic. It matches. This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea. But we're here for the relic.
I'm willing to ignore what the journal entry says. We're taking the relic.
Agreed. This is meant to be. For Anne's sake, I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft. I must keep this relic secret.
Revelio.
Especially from my uncle. Ominous. Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine, but Ominous knows I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
How much did you hear?
Everything. I heard you encourage Sebastian to take the relic.
Sebastian's done his research. He knows what he's doing.
Sebastian makes things sound easy when they could be impossible or dangerous. We need to stop him.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
Sebastian's right. We need that relic.
I'm sorry. My mind is made up.
Are you willing to sacrifice your friendship over this?
I might be. How could I choose to stand by and watch him do this?
What if the choice wasn't yours? You wouldn't be to blame for what happens.
What in the world are you suggesting? Imperium?
That's what I'm saying. I would take all responsibility. This could save your friendship. I know how to cast it. Sebastian taught me. But I won't do it unless you agree.
This is insanity. I can't believe you would ask this of me.
Sebastian is never going to give up trying to cure Anne. If you try and stop him now, he'll never forgive you.
Fine. This is unfathomable. But I suppose if you want that responsibility, it may just save what is left of my friendship with Sebastian. Remember, this is what I was telling you about the dark arts. They come with a cost. You may well regret making this choice. Do what you have to do. Cast it. Before I change my mind.
Imperium! Step aside, Ominous. Stay in place until we're out of sight.
I will.
Sebastian, come on.
What did you do?
Imperio. It was the only way to get out of here without a fight.
Ominous, I'm sorry.
Sebastian, we have to go.
Did we do the wrong thing?
You need the relic.
I know. But not like this.
Ominous and I agreed. Surely there's a difference between casting Imperial on someone without their knowledge and casting it with permission.
I understand what you're saying. I do, but...
I've taken full responsibility. You have my word.
We've always looked out for each other, Ominous and I. I hope he knows that hasn't changed. How long will the spell last? How long must Ominous stay in the tomb?
The curse is lifted already. He'll easily find his way out of the catacomb just as we did. He'll be all right, Sebastian.
When we get to Feldcroft, I'd rather Anne not know what had to be done to get this relic. She thinks like Ominous, but it only upset her. Oh no, this isn't good.
What is it?
Smoke, over there, by the hamlet. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry.
Revelio.
Why don't you come up here and fight me? I won't rest. Keep out the way. Put me down! They're closing in!
Win here.
Boy! What have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperious curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
You did what you had to do.
If I have to keep proving that to my uncle, I will. He cannot banish me from my own home. From my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him, perhaps?
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while.
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
Sebastian acted rashly, but he acted out of instinct to save Anne.
Out of instinct? With an unforgivable curse? This family does not resort to using dark magic even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. You are as guilty as he is. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne. Unforgivable curses are so named for a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately. Why, Sebastian?
Revelio.
Naughty हो रही है ये not
You should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
that's 10.
Tubbs Cave shouldn't be terribly far from here. You could mark the area.
Iya. Tesnya bukan ini.
Did you speak with my uncle?
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft. Nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh? That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
What did you mean you'd send Anne a crest so that she'd know to meet you?
We just lost our parents, and we were packing up to go and live with Solomon. We couldn't take everything. She was carefully organising her prized possessions, a box of artifacts she'd collected to do with our family. Jewellery, she got to her favourite, a handmade crest, and without a second thought she handed it to me. It holds no enchantment, but I've kept it with me since. That's how I can reach Anne. I'll get...
Be careful, Sebastian. Your uncle could intercept it. We'll be expelled.
Even if Ominous is upset with us, he has no love lost for his family. He'd use their connections to the headmaster if we needed his help.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you standing by me through all of this. I'll send you an hour when I have news.
Okay, so